everybody, and welcome back to Fiacre Studios. Today is another Draw This in Your Style challenge speed draw, but spooky this time. So I did this for Joyblivion's 20k follower Draw This in Your Style challenge from Instagram, and this design really stood out to me because it just reminded me a lot of Chandeulure somehow, the Pokemon. So as you see, I end up incorporating that into the picture, and of course I make the little candles above her head into Litwick because why not? So yeah, let's get started. So as you can see here, I started out with using a lot of new brushes in this particular sketch. I downloaded some free Gumroad brushes, which I will put in the description. It's like a mini sketchbook for Procreate, and it comes with the setup so you can have basically a mini sketchbook, but it also comes with a pencil and an inker, and I believe I ended up using both of those in this, though the sketch is the only one that has the pencil, obviously. So as you can see here, I end up drawing too small and also with some terrible anatomy because I forgot to flip, but I do fix at least I guess, what do you call that, feature drift later on, but it is gonna be a while, so you gotta hold out. So I did 2 layers of sketches, again, going from thicker to thinner, and I had such a hard time with these hands. I tried to draw them from imagination, but I just don't have the skills for that yet, so I end up just googling clasped hands or cupped hands and doing my own version of one of the photos that show up there, so. And they're so tiny right now, thankfully. I catch that and make them bigger. For those of you that don't know, if you have your hand completely outstretched, it should be about the same size as your face. If you start from the bottom of the palm at your chin, your middle finger should, sorry if that got muffled because I put my hand in front of my face to demonstrate even though you can't see. It should be to your hairline, basically, is where your middle finger should rest. And see, I did eventually make them bigger there. And so I did end up using this inker. I did like it a little better than the chalk brush because it's darker overall, but it's still somewhat transparent. So I might have to experiment with that some more. I also feel like it didn't have quite as much variation as the chalk brush in terms of size, but again, that could have been just me being inconsistent and needing to learn how to use it. It also can get kind of stuttery somehow, I don't know how else to explain it, but it's not the, oh wait, no, sorry. I think that might have been the chalk brush. I experiment with a bunch of brushes before I settle on the inker from this one set. I also decided to do to go over the eyebrows with going over top of the bangs. I don't know if I want to do that in my style in the future, but it was fun to try out. And as you can see there, I struggled a lot with getting Chandelure's arm branches correct. I don't know, usually I think I would try to be more uniform with the different Litwicks, but I like giving them variation. It gives them a bit more personality, I guess. And I also had a problem with figuring out where that shoulder was. I gave her a turtleneck. I don't really know why. It was just because in the original, you don't see her shoulders, but her neckline goes down, so she would probably be wearing a dress with a neckline kind of like that, like a V that goes down deep, but I don't know. I just felt like drawing her in a turtleneck because I don't really know fashion. So I tried that. And this time I just color picked directly, I think, from the photos, both of the Pokemon and of the original Draw This in Your Style reference. Though this is her skin color, it ends up not being more of like the mid-tone, and you don't see much of it because most of her face is either in shadow or in like orange highlight, which you'll see later. This white is also a lot like brighter than I normally would choose for like a white hair, or like the whites of the eyes, because that's like the color I would say for like the specular highlight in the eye, which provided some interesting challenges. I think I do dull it down a little bit later on with some blue shadow, but yeah. Yeah, the flattening didn't take too long this time, thankfully, because I only did it once. And it wasn't perfect. It was definitely a lot messier than I would have liked it to be, but I was able to finish it more quickly, which is always good. But like you can see there, I had some problems with like the clipping. I don't know, the syrup, I don't know if I changed the setting or something, but it seems like the syrup brush isn't actually completely transparent, and that gave me some problems. I also ended up using the gouache brush for the render because I mixed it up with the Clip Studio gouache brush, which is the one I like to use there for like digital painting effects. I hate the one here, but I forgot about it, so I forgot which one I used last time, so I was just like, well, I guess we'll go with this. I definitely want to try out some more custom brushes. I know Rin Spirit Art had, well, they're not theirs, they got them from somewhere else, but the ones that they use are ones I would be interested in trying. And so I added in the shadows, and I had like a very warm highlight like you saw. I actually figured out the palette feature, so I was able to save the blue and orange, so I can use this in the future, because I do like how the lighting turned out. And like, I don't like how the hair turns out at all, because I had to use that gouache brush and it's very toothy and transparent. I just don't like how it turned out. The texture looks really weird for the hair. It's okay for like fabric, or for when I was really blending it out in the flames, or having that kind of painterly look in the, I guess, bulb of the Chandeulure, but I don't really like it anywhere else. And this is when I try to do more detail in like the eyes and go way too dark in with the shadows. And then I finally fixed that eye. Yay. It's still not perfect because it's at a weird angle to the other one, which I guess I should have changed the other one more, but whatever. Too late now. And I like these shadows better. I think I used a like lighter and less saturated version of the blue I was using before, and now it has that more like purpley look. And now I'm just adding in highlights, especially from the like rim lights from the candles, and adding in a glow effect. And I completely forgot to actually do color holds on this one. I think the version on Tumblr, I did go back and add them around the flames, just because I wanted to keep everything else black and just keep the flames like that light color, which you saw at the very end there. And that way they kind of look more like they're glowing more. And I did that with the Litwick and the Chandelure's flames. I hope everybody enjoyed this spooky speed paint. I think it probably qualified less as a Draw This in Your Style and more of just straight up fan art of both the character that Joyblivion made and of Pokemon. But yeah, I hoped everybody liked it. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking, subscribing, leaving a comment. It's super helpful. And I will see you next time. Bye.